Success in business is greatly influenced by the way in which we communicate. It not only requires money and a great product, you have to be able to communicate with your audience and pull on their heartstrings. Strong, effective communication is critical in conveying a clear message to your audience in order to create or to motivate change. In this day and age, there are several types of communication methods that we've advanced to. I remember when I was a little girl and we'd play telephone. We'd get two empty cans and tie a string between them. I'd put one on my mouth and my friend would put one to her ear. We'd pretend we were talking on the phone. Or do you remember telephone booths? Where I was from, I grew up in the country, or Mississippi. You would almost find one on every corner. But those ideas are obsolete. We've come so far from those prototypes. So today I'd like to highlight just 3 ways in which businesses can communicate at the present time. The first form I'd like to talk about is verbal or face-to-face. This is a common method, and this can be done by either meetings or video conferencing. This might be the best method because it allows the audience to read the verbal and the nonverbal cues of the presenter. The second form of business communication would be written or print media. Written communication, it can include business memos or formal letters. Using written methods, it creates a paper trail. And you should always want to create a paper trail when you are carrying out business affairs. That is, unless you're trying to hide something. Because you can use paper trail for tax purposes, or you can use it for important legal issues. I work in the legal department at TransUnion, and I understand the value of a paper trail, especially when having to deal with lawsuits or court cases. The third form of business communication is electronic media. This includes emails, web conferencing, company websites, it can include text messages. This method can help companies or your business send mass messages very quickly at a low cost. Can you remember actually stuffing letters in an envelope, putting postage on them, and actually taking them to the post office for mail? This form of communication is pretty much almost obsolete. Also remember that electronic media is also a very good way to communicate internationally in a timely manner. Now I've just highlighted 3 ways in which businesses can communicate, and that would be verbal or face-to-face, written or print media, or electronic media. But in these forms of communication, always, always, always remember to know your audience and to communicate with them as if they were your heroes. Nancy Duarte said that great communicators create movements. Dr. Martin Luther King was a great communicator, and I just recently found out that Pastor John Ortberg was a great communicator. So, when you're in business, it requires good, clear, verbal and nonverbal language. I believe that God is calling me to be an evangelist for Him. In this role, it will be my business to speak to all people in hopes of winning souls to Christ. I would be a walking brand representing Christ. Passion for your business or your position, it should drive you to invest in the business of great communication. Always remember, use simple words. Less is more. Articulate, never mumble, make eye contact with your audience, use humor when necessary. Also remember to use appropriate tone of voice. So now that you have some of the tools in which ways business can communicate, remember that the life and death of your business business depends on you. So now, go change the world by becoming a great business communicator. Thank you.